you will have to have a promissory note that basically you promise the investor to pay them back with some sort of interest. Your terms, your lending terms are defined in the promissory note. So when you structure a syndication to purchase a commercial asset, or maybe even for real estate, or maybe even for small single family rentals or flips, if you don't have enough money to get started, there's some paperwork you need to understand. First and foremost, you will have to have a promissory note that basically you promise the investor to pay them back with some sort of interest. So your terms, your lending terms are defined in the promissory note. I usually like to have a PPM, a private placement memorandum, where I basically explain what we're going to do with the transaction, how we're going to handle it, how we're going to manage it. Basically a full description of this whole transaction, how you're handling it, from how it's going to be sold and who's going to get what. So there's no question ever asked. Also on top of that, I usually attach some kind of marketing or offering memorandum that explains even more details about the market, the asset, comparable properties, and have people sign or initial that on top of the promissory note, because that usually just is an additional protection. And then if you're seeking money, you usually have to have people file out the accredited investor document to prove if they either accredited or non-accredited investors. And then you have to file a Form D with the SEC, which you can do online, or even have an attorney do that for you. But it's really important you structure the paperwork correctly versus getting into any kind of troubles.